So today I thought I'd show you just a general day of feeding Brook, taking him out of the field. So I have to go and get him. He's just grazing at the back with Rufus and Victor today. Chase is in the stables. The other horses are really good actually. When I bring Brook out, they don't try and get out themselves, which is really good and makes it a little bit easier for us. Brook isn't too bad. He does need to remember to move his back end though. As you can see here, I tried to do the second wire, but Brook just wasn't moving his back end, and it's not very nice when it's electric, so I just left that. The other horses won't go underneath it, so we just left it, and I take him to his feed. I just stand there with the lead rope so he eats his feed, nice and happy. Obviously he can't eat his food in with the horses, so that's why I have to bring him out. He always likes to have a little investigation of what's in the wheelbarrow, mainly because he knows there's some treats in there, and generally there always are. The treats I use, they're not really treats, they're hay cobs, so I use Thunderbrook's hay cobs because anything else he gets too overexcited by, and he actually gets overexcited by the hay cobs, but if it wasn't for those I would be feeding hay, and sometimes I do use hay as treats. But at the minute, when we're working with grass, hay doesn't really cut it. You can probably see he's not really interested in his hay, and he does go to eat the grass as well. So today I wanted to just give him a quick sponge down because it is really, really hot today. The UK is quite hot, as you can see by the ground. It's not rained for ages. So that's why I wanted to give him a little cool down. I am putting the Equax wash in there, so it's a no rinse wash, and I think it's the one that helps, it's got a bit of fly repellent in there as well. Even though I took Brook up to the wash bay previously, which he accepted really, really well, he doesn't seem to like the sponge. As you can see, he's trying to get away from it. And I don't want to do things that he doesn't like, but I did just persevere a little bit because I just wanted to cool him down a little bit. And also I've run out of fly repellent, so I wanted to do this so it's got a little bit of fly repellent in there, but he obviously didn't like it, so I gave that up for a minute. He's gone to have a little drink. It's quite handy having that water bucket there. So I tried to do it again, give him a wash again. He seemed to accept his left side much better. Obviously he's pulling me there. He's quite strong when he pulls, but he seemed to be okay with this side. So I just continued to do this side, doing his legs, underneath his belly, his bum, just to get as much water on as possible, just to try and cool him down a little bit. And also get a bit of that fly repellent on. And then you can see again, when I try to do his right side, he really doesn't want me to do his right side. So not sure what that's about, but I persevere, and I get to do it a little bit, trying to do his legs there, but he really doesn't like it, and I don't really want to force him. I'd like to do it in a more positive way, so he's accepting of it. But it is a bit difficult doing it in the field because there's so much, well, there's not so much grass, but there's a lot more grass in this part than there is in his field. So he's just wanted to eat. See, he's so much better on his left than he is on his right. So I just try and focus on his left. Try to do his mane a little bit, because his mane, because of previous products that I've used, his mane actually needs a proper good wash, because there's still a bit of product residue in there. I've gone on to the Equax mane and tail now, which is natural, and that seems really good. Although I did put too much on, you only need a really, really little bit. So the first time I used it, I put far too much on. But it does make his mane lovely and silky. So I think that's a good shout. But his mane basically needs a proper wash with shampoo. Next up, I go to pick his feet out. I'm trying to do this every day, if not twice a day, because I just want him to get really, really used to it, because he's struggled with picking his feet up. And as you can see, we're struggling again today. Some days are better than the others, but today he just really didn't want to pick his feet up. So I only actually managed to do 1 foot. I picked it out, brushed it out, and put the Artimud on. So I use Red Horse products, and Artimud is like a clay based or putty based product, which is basically antimicrobial. So I put that on his grooves around his frog and his central sulcus to help prevent thrush, and just to keep any bacteria away, because he's in the field. Obviously he's standing in the poo all the time, so that's why I need to pick it out. But I also don't want any of the the germs of the poop to get in his feet, so I try and put that on as much as possible, especially at the minute because he's having some feet issues. Next up, we have a new product today. Again, it's Red Horse products, and it's Hydro Hoof. So obviously, because it's not rained, there's no moisture in the ground, so his hooves are really dry. So Hydro Hoof helps replenish the moisture. It's got like shea butter in, honey, different stuff in there. So I thought I would give it a go, because I've read that you're not meant to put oil on the hooves, because actually what the oil does, it stops anything getting in the hooves. So actually the oil is going to stop any kind of moisture getting in. So unless you put the moisture on first and then put the oil, basically you're not letting any moisture get in. So hopefully this this product penetrates the hoof, so it moisturizes the hoof, I believe. So it's the first time I've used it, so I'll let you know how we get on with that. But it's a lovely product, smells really nice, it goes on really easy. I just use a paintbrush now. I did buy, equestrian hoof brushes, but I've not found one that isn't rubbish. So we've just been decorating in our house actually, so I bought some gloss paintbrushes and I've just used that, and it seems to work well, because I was sick of the bristles coming out of the brush. So that's the product. So it's Hydro Hoof from Red Horse. So I'll let you know how we get on with that. And then normally I would be putting the Equax fly repellent on, which is a balm, because Equax, all their products is plastic free basically, so they come in tins, or even the bottles are tin, but we've run out of that. I've just ordered some more, so I'm actually using the Red Horse ear balm, which is an amazing product. If your horse doesn't wear a fly mask, you pop it on their ears and around their face, but obviously not in their eyes or in their nostrils or anything like that, but not inside the ear, but just around. And it really helps, like the midges, to stop the midges and flies getting in there. So when your horse has got like really twitchy ears, it actually stops that. Really good product. So I just put a little bit of that on his body. I don't think it's as effective as, the proper fly repellent, but it's better than nothing until I can get him some more, because the flies are horrendous at the minute. And then next off, I decided just off the whim to use the rest of the water with the shampoo in it to wash his tail. His tail hasn't been washed for about a year, if not more. I mean, it's fine. It doesn't, you don't need to wash. We're not doing anything apart from just training, so it doesn't matter. So I just gave it a little bit of a wash. However, I do think I need to use a more, like a proper shampoo rather than a no rinse wash, which is what I was using. Like, I need a proper shampoo, because again, his tail has a product on it that really should come off. And I think a proper horse shampoo would be the better thing for that. And I'm not allowed to feed hay in the field, so I bring a hay bag down, and I'm just standing here waiting for Brook to eat a hay bag, really. So that's what we're doing here. And then today I'm just going to pop him back, not do any training today. I need to sort my training plan out actually and get going again with it now that his feet are well, they're not better, but he's not sore on his feet, so he was having to wear hoof boots, because his feet were sore, but he seems okay in the field. I've not actually taken him on the stones because I want his feet to recover properly before I take him onto harder ground. And even when I do take him onto harder ground, I'll probably still use his hoof boots. So I need to sort out our training plan, get back training, and then we can start making some progress. So I'm just popping him back. He's really good going in, which is awesome. I think in his last field he was struggling with the stones at his feet being sore. That's why we were struggling to go in. He always goes for water when I put him back, probably because he's been eating the hay and the hay cobs. Obviously it's probably a little drying for him, so he always goes for the water. But Rufus kind of stops him having water, I feel, and Victor does sometimes as well. So I just go over and just shoo Rufus away a little bit, just to make sure Brook can have a drink. So I'm just popping his fly mask back on just to make sure the flies don't irritate him on his face. And that's all we did this morning. So keep watching for more videos of our training, Brook.